We're back on NFL Live. Some news coming out of Minnesota. Carson Wentz will undergo season-ending surgery to repair a left shoulder injury he originally suffered early October. This now leaves J.J. McCarthy set to reclaim his starting spot after being sidelined after week 2 with a high ankle sprain. And the Vikings ranked 29th in offensive efficiency this season, so hasn't been great no matter who's under center. But in Carson Wentz's 5 games, the team has averaged 8 more points and 100 more yards per game. J.J. McCarthy was also sacked twice as often as Wentz, and the team failed to gain a first down on more than half of their drives with McCarthy. Marcus, whether it's J.J. McCarthy or Carson Wentz, the offense hasn't looked right. What's the main issue here for the Vikings?
Yeah, this offensive line, they give up pressures in droves, and sometimes it's so bad because it's through the center of the pocket. And you think about both of these quarterbacks. Carson Wentz has had a history of holding the ball and trying to make the extreme play. And then J.J. McCarthy being a rookie where everything is sped up. This pressure in the center of the pocket becomes a huge issue when you got both quarterbacks with those issues that they have to overcome. And you think about it, like I was asking the question every week to Dan and MK and RC, like, what do you do when J.J. McCarthy is back healthy? Well, obviously the injury has happened for Carson Wentz. And what you hope with J.J. is that while he's been out, he's been able to kind of see the game and process it and see the things that he needs to get better at. But this offensive line, more importantly, has to get better in pass protection and also running the football as well to help J.J. McCarthy, more importantly, not only being young, coming off an injury, not a lot of reps. So it's hard to foresee this offense getting better, but this offensive line can help in a large part of that.
So lack of reps because all last year hurt and then comes this year and gets hurt again. So lack of reps with an offensive line that struggles in pass protection and a young quarterback that has just held onto the football far too long. That's an absolute recipe for disaster. So the question is going to be for Kevin O'Connell and Josh McCown, what are they going to do to make sure that's mitigated a little bit? I think you've got to lean into making sure that McCarthy's out on the perimeter, trying to get, this is a play-action-centric offense. It should become a boot-centric offense, a keeper-centric offense where the outside zone or that ball fake and then the quarterback gets out on the perimeter. A little bit more designed quarterback run on early downs, a little bit more screen to the perimeter. That's going to be the challenge for those coaches.
And it makes the health of his ankle even more important because I have to think mobility is going to be baked into this. I totally agree with you about the boots. I also think they need to be prepared for Detroit, who's the next team, to aggressively play the quarterback on the boot. Sure. So you want to punish them on the ground. I think Kevin O'Connell, this is a tall task for him, right? To make life easier for McCarthy, to speed him up, to give him checkdowns, to cut the field in half the way you're describing. But he has to call the most quarterback-friendly offense yet. And at times, as much as we love this Vikings offense, some of it is longer developing concepts, right?
Totally.
So he's got to speed things up for the quarterback so that the quarterback plays.
And also, last game, no one was open. There wasn't, we can say what we want with Carson, and he wasn't great, but there wasn't a lot of people getting schemed open. And so there's a lot right now that I think schematically has to get a little bit more consistent. And then the biggest thing is how are they going to get him to play fast without playing hurried? That's going to be a huge challenge.
This Lions defense has dealt with a ton of injuries, but Aiden Hutchinson, thank goodness, is healthy, and he is going to be trying to tee off as much as he can. Thank goodness. Unless you're J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, exactly, right? Thank goodness for the Lions. All right, time for one more thing before we go. Believe it or not, it's been exactly 1 year since this amazing athletic feat.
Dan can't even throw that far. They would have lost the game if he would have been playing quarterback. He cannot even throw that far. He needed 30 more yards closer to the end zone to be able to reach it.
That's not even a knock. That's why I'm sitting here. No duh.
My little nephew in high school throw 54 yards.
He doesn't.
All right, listen, you talk smack on this show, and you end up having to prove it. So we'll see what happens
here. Throw your shoulder out.
Let's find out. Can you throw
It's time. Here we go.
54 yards? Big man balling right now.
Come on, give me a hand.
Come on,
take the call.
Take the
call like Dan. Here we go. In Pittsburgh.
54 yards is where Sanford Stevens stationed.
Oh, he got a shot. It has a shot.
Whoa!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On the money. Take the tile.
54 yards on the whole ass arm that ain't warm up.
On the line.
I might can still go 65.
Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe. Marcus, you could do it again today, too. It really was. It was one of the most impressive things any of us have ever seen.
I can get out my chair right now and do it. See what Dan didn't know. What Dan didn't know. To my dog credit, To my dog credit, what he didn't know, I threw the javelin in high school. So I have great form. I know how to throw a football. Yeah, I was a state champion javelin thrower. I was a state champion javelin thrower in Louisiana in high school.
Champion for 20 years.
Do we have photo evidence of this?
And I got second place in the shot put. Bro, this athleticism is different,
here,
bro.
dude.
People are like, how is Marcus Spears Jr. so? Like, what do you guys think?
So athletic.
He's like a dominant athlete in every sport.
All right, I'm looking for the video evidence of that.
Yeah,
Marcus.
I want to see you throw a
Best athlete
javelin.
we've seen. We'll see you tomorrow.
That it is. Welcome to SportsCenter. I am Matt Berry with you for this happy hour edition, more kind of like a tailgate edition of SportsCenter. We're heading into the Frozen Frenzy. Every NHL team in action started at the top of the hour right here on ESPN. But first, we're talking about the Shohei Show, LSU's coaching search, and number one in our starting five of things you need to know. It's the status of Lamar Jackson. He missed the last 3 games with a hamstring injury, but Ravens coach John Harbaugh says he's very confident the quarterback will be back Thursday night against the Dolphins. Baltimore beats Chicago Sunday behind Tyler Huntley. At 2-5, they are still somehow favored in the NFC North. As we bring in our NFL insider, Dan Graziano. So, Graz, we saw Lamar Jackson on the practice field. What more can you tell us about his status and really his overall mobility going forward?
Yeah, all sounds good on Lamar Jackson for Thursday night's game against Miami. Go back to last week, and he was kind of telling teammates in the locker room that he would be back for Miami. They got him on the practice field last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Limited capacity, and they messed around with the injury report. Might get in trouble for that, but that's neither here nor there. They were getting him ready to play this week. They're able to win Sunday without him, which is a bonus. But he talked today, said his hamstring feels fine. He's had enough practice now that I believe he'll be a full go against the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night.
Yeah, practice and rest in what would have been a short week had he played last week, and I don't think the Ravens obviously thought that it was worth it to do that. Number 2 on our starting five, the NFL trade deadline exactly a week away. The Rams got to jump on it by acquiring defensive back Roger McCreary from the Titans. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has said he's open to a trade to help his beleaguered defense. We kind of touched on this on the 2 p.m. Sports.
They need help at all 3 levels of the defense. They've been out looking for pass rush help, a linebacker, maybe some help in the secondary. The Niners, usually active this time of year, desperately need help on defense. Don't be surprised to see them make a move or 2. The Buffalo Bills chasing the New England Patriots in the AFC East. That's an odd position for them to find themselves in. A lot of people connecting them with wide receivers. I would not be surprised if they made a move for a defensive player, in particular a safety. That's a position they've struggled to find permanent solutions at the last couple of years. And you mentioned the Dallas Cowboys. Much like the Niners, they need help at all levels of the defense. I think they've been active in looking around for linebackers, guys who can help them, in coverage in the middle part of the field. That's been a problem for them. Yes, they would poke around on pass rushers if they're available, maybe help in the secondary, but I think the Cowboys' focus has been at that linebacker position. I do believe they will make an effort to add someone by Tuesday at 4 Eastern.
And Jerry said on his radio show today, it didn't sound like there was any urgency, but he said he is open to anything and everything. So we'll see what that yields here in the next week. Dan Graziano, thank you. Number 3 on the starting five, the Chiefs are back. Patrick Mahomes overcame 2 early interceptions with 299 yards and 3 touchdowns to lead Kansas City past Washington 28-7 on Monday Night Football. Travis Kelce had a touchdown to tie Priest Holmes for the most in team history. The Chiefs have won 4 of 5.